Welcome to our episode of Bargain Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at The Black Dragon, which I got in this collection of fighting films. Yep, this is one of our bonus films, which is trying to go over cross the line a bit between like a black exploitation film and a Bruce Lee exploitation film. Admittedly, the black exploitation's a bit on the weaker side on this one because we really just get one of the good guys is a black martial artist who has a bit of presence, but he's definitely one of the more minor side characters. I mean, sure, he gets scenes, and he gets into more than a few fights, so, he can show off his mixed martial arts skills, because he was one of the early adapters into mixed martial arts. But, at the same time, this is clearly, Jason's film here, because he's the main character, he's the one we spend the most time with. At any rate, the film, if you're wondering about the Bruce Lee exploitation bit, it's called The Black Dragon, and it's meant to be a nod to Enter the Dragon, and there's a scene where we get to watch the main character start, unbuttoning his shirt, as a nod to what Bruce Lee would do it. Of course, he doesn't throw it on the ground when he gets done, like they do in Family Matters. Moving back towards talking about the plot, basically, our main character works as a farmhand who's as strong as an ox, and obviously also knows some martial arts. But he gets all excited, after lunchtime because his brothers come back from the Philippines, and he's showing off how wealthy he's gotten, from working over there, showing his gold cigarette holder, and bragging about how the Philippines is just full of gold. And, of course, the way he talks and acts makes it pretty clear he's evil. Like, you just know there's going to be family drama at some point down the line in this film.
All my dear friends, how you been keeping? It's been a long time and I really missed you.
Hello there.
There's so much gold back in the Philippines. Everything's made out of gold. Just look at this. What use is it, do you think? A cigarette holder of ivory, decorated with gold. Smoke with it, see if you like it.
All right. Don't forget yourself. Remember your manners, huh?
Mom, you were always right.
Right from the get-go. At any rate, he decides to offer his brother, some money so he can also go to the Philippines and try and make it big as a success like he did. So, we get to watch the main character wander around, run to some street rats and stuff, and get into some shenanigans. And decides to help out one street rat who tried to steal his money on the grounds that, his mom told him he should have a generous heart. When she gave him his really good shoes, when he was staring at them, he had a flashback to her. So he's like, okay, he's with me, and lets him stay in his hotel room, despite the fact, that just leads to more trouble with him stealing his mom's gifted shoes and trying to gamble with them, which leads to him getting the crap kicked out of him and him feeling sorry for him even more, despite him stealing from him again. He's like, here, I'll get a job at the docks and get you some medicine. And while he's at the docks, he gets himself into another fight because he realizes, this old guy's sick, and they're just beating him too hard for, dropping one of the loads into the bay or into the water near the docks. So he decides to interfere and starts apologizing as they start hitting him a bit. But then they go too far, and he beats the crap out of them.
Get some more men over here! Hurry up! Hold it! making trouble.
Why are you still standing around?
Right. Get back to work.
Well, my young friend, you fight pretty good. Trouble's over now. Tell me, why don't you and me become friends?
Huh? Really? You mean it? You want to be my friend?
Sure, why not? Not only will I become your friend, but I think my boss will be friends too.
But one of the guys in charge of the people watching over the docks is like, you know what? I like him. He's a good martial artist. And decides to bump him up to the higher ranks as basically a guy in charge of watching over everyone else doing their jobs. It's a bit weird that being up your boss leads to a promotion, but, whatever. And, of course, part of this promotion process requires him to sign a contract. And, of course, his bosses are, an evil criminal syndicate that are selling opium. Oops. So the movie continues on, with him fighting the good martial artist, and then pointing out that he's just a dog, and he starts screaming about how he's actually a man. And eventually he realizes, oh, his bosses are bad people. And he decides to, join the good martial artists and take him out. But then they remind him, like, you signed a contract for 5 years. If you want to quit, you owe us $100,000. No, they actually start laughing maniacally after that.
Whoa, Tai Liu. You signed a contract. And the contract is good for 5 years. If you quit now, you must pay us $100,000 as forfeit.
Hmm?
Tai Liu, you signed a contract with them?
I did. I signed with a picture.
And he's like, I can't break a contract. He's like, I can't lie to my mom. Like, I know I drew that ox head. So the street rat friend breaks into the guy's house at night to steal back the contract. Which, that doesn't change the fact that he signed it. But at any rate, on his way out, he drops the suitcase that was holding the contracts. And so he starts getting chased by the guards and gets the crap kicked out of him. And while he manages to escape, he gets severely injured, but at least gives the contract back to, his good friend, who then just tears it up. And somehow this invalidates it, Because before, he had the contract with him, he's like, I can't destroy it. But now that the paper's been torn up and, burned stuff, no one can prove I actually signed that contract now, can they? I don't know, it seems like there'd be plenty of witnesses to that, and so, there's like, almost a dozen people in the room with him when he did his little ox drawing. But, whatever, he decides to go out and start, beating up, people working for the criminal organization, like burning some of their drugs. So, the criminal organization brings in the big guns, which includes his brother, and sends him out to start beating people up. Of course, he doesn't fight his brother, but 2 other hitmen they hired. And instead of finishing off when he had a chance, he lets them, get away. Then his brother shows up at his hotel room and kidnaps his girlfriend and murders his best friend. And decides, he has to have a fun time with her. So by the time, he shows up at the boss's headquarters to try and get her back, he's already assaulted and killed her. And that just leads to a bunch more, fist fighting and dramatization, as everyone's throwing punches. And he starts beating up eventually, they have a one-on-one between him and his brother, and he beats the crap out of him.
You've always been too proud, too selfish. This time, I'm gonna fix you. And fix you for good.
That's so?
But even as he starts screaming to finish him off, he just walks away. I'm like what? You literally wouldn't let him leave without beating the crap out of him because he murdered your best friend and your girlfriend. And he's literally screaming at you just to kill him at this point. And you're just gonna walk away? Like, did you cripple him or something and I didn't realize it? Like, why not just finish him off, considering you brought up the fact that he killed 2 of your buddies? Like, why? I will say, plot-wise, this one definitely has a lot more drama going for it, and it does much better quality than Fighting Ace. Because Fighting Ace had too many fighting scenes that really hindered any chance at character progression. Well, the Black Dragon definitely tries to slow things down a bit, so while it has quite a few fights in it, it does give the characters more of a chance to breathe and do stuff, so you can get more invested in what's going on with them. Though I will admit, it does feel a bit anticlimactic that, the brother doesn't finish off, his evil brother. When he has the chance, he's like, nope, I beat you up and proved I'm better. Now I'm just gonna walk away. Like, what? It still bugs me.